At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world.
Hello and welcome to the 17th episode of Knitting Abroad. My name is Julia and I'm welcoming you out of Gothenburg in Sweden. I'm talking about my knitting, and you find all the information on www.knittingabroad.com. You can also find information in my Ravelry group, which is called the Knitting Abroad podcast, and I'm a Ravelry Knit Abroad. You also find me on Instagram as Knitting Abroad, also at Knitting Abroad, and yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah, I have today two finished objects for you. First is the comfort cardigan from Andrea Mori. I knitted it out of Valbrog yarn, which is a Swedish hand dyer. And yeah, there is it. So it's far too hot to really wear it. Yeah, it is, as many of you maybe know, a MKAL cardigan knitted out of 4 colors. I used Glacier Bay, which is the darkest, then comes Moonrock and Blue Steel, and the last one is Emilu. I talked about this cardigan much, but I thought I'll show you it when I'm wearing it. I'm standing up. So yeah, I'm very glad how the cardigan turned out, but it had 62 ounces to weave in, which was a little bit too much if you ask me, but of course it's oh my god, sorry, it's too warm. Yes, in Sweden it's warm. 62 ends to weave in, that's a lot. And yeah, but it's gorgeous. The fade is really gorgeous. I'll show you the sleeve. It's just gorgeous. And the colors from Valbrog, Petra, she does so cool colors. Yeah, I was very glad with the pattern also because it's just a reverse stockinette pattern, so that there's no much to it, and the increases are I think they're just raglan increases. I didn't alternate skeins at the sleeves because it was just too much, but at the body I did alternate skeins. So I had 2 skeins of each color and 1 skein of the darkest color, and for my size I knitted in a medium. Should it have been that I have almost nothing left of the first color, also of the darkest color. I have so much yarn left that I was a little bit, how could you say, it's okay if yarn is left over out of pattern, but I didn't expect it to be so much as it turned out. You have all the informations in my Ravelry account, because on my project pages I always do it very neat and really try to do it exactly. But yeah, it was a little bit too much, and I needed it in medium because it should have the expected ease, but I could also have knitted it in small, and if I would have knitted it in small, would I have left almost 1 skein of every color, but because I alternated, it is different, as it is sorry, that's my cat who's making this noise. So it's in 2 skeins and it's separated into 2 balls, and yeah. I have to check my gauge again because maybe I did some measurements wrong, but I guess I was engaged, so yeah. Let's just see. I'm very glad because I love the yarn of Valbrog, so it doesn't matter if I have the yarn left over, because I also ordered 2 other skeins of DK yarn from her, and those are also mixing up with that, so I have surely a project where I can use this yarn, so that's no problem. But yeah, I was just wondering because it was far more than I expected it to be left over. Yeah, last view about the back side of the cardigan before I put it away. I love the shawl color. It's just amazing that it's so a big, a huge color band, and I'm very looking forward when it's cold enough to wear it. Yeah, my comfort fade cardigan. Maybe also a cat. Oscar? No, no cat. The other finished object I have did I make out of leftovers from my Cyclova. I knitted Wristwarmers. There. The cable element is out of the Knitting Stitch Bible, the Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible. And the yarn is Manduzana sock yarn in the Pacific colorway. And there's a cat. Yes. Okay. No, don't. No. Oh. My comfort fade cardigan. No, 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 no. Okay, everything's right. Yeah, he's a kitten and he likes the background, and yeah, he's a kitten and kittens like to play. Yeah, so that's my cat. Yeah, I have 2 of them, so it's really finished, and the ends are woven in also. They should have been socks eventually. Oscar, show yourself and say hello. Now, this is Oscar, a kitten. A very crazy kitten, sometimes. So, everything's okay now? Would you please let me record the episode? Yeah. Wonderful. So, the 2 finished objects, 1 finished object, the Wristwarmers. You have the cable element on both sides, and it's just improvised because I just left a hole there with knitting in around, and then knitting flat, forth and back, and then knitting around and casting loosely off in pattern. So they should have become socks. There are 64 stitches, but then I realized that for the sock size I should have casted on far more stitches, because yeah, a cable pattern, especially one of those sorts, are doesn't stretch much, and definitely no foot fitted in there. So yeah, that are my Wristwarmers, which should have become socks, which are now Wristwarmers, and I'm very glad that they are Wristwarmers. Yeah, maybe I have to cut out a little bit of this cat craziness, so we will see. These 2 my finished objects. Yeah, I do this quick. Work in progress. I started again a work in progress I had for a long time now. It is a cushion from a kit I got from my sister, and I had not really much fun knitting with it, and so I thought maybe that's the needles, and yes, there were the needles, because now I made much progress. We have here the cushion. Oops. It's a long blanket which you are going to sew together on the ends. And there you see these 3 elements here that I make in just one day. And I'm normally not knitting so much of the pattern repeats, maybe just 1 or so on one day, but I needed 3 in a day, and I have just 3 left, and then it's about the buttonholes, and then the cushion is finished. Yeah, the cushion is going to be sewn together. You don't see it really now, but it's going to be, also when it's finished, it's going to be like a square which has overlapping front, and there you have 3 buttons, and yeah, that's it. So I'm just missing 3 pattern repeats and then the buttonholes, and then it's finished. Thanks to my new Jagu needles, because they are not, also the cable is not so, the word, I cannot describe it so much. The cable from my Adi needles, it was an old pair of needles, and yeah, the cable was not really comfortable to fold, also not to fold because you don't fold it, but when you moved it, it was like stiff and not really comfortable. Yeah, there's not much to say about the yarn, because I don't know which yarn it is. It is a wool and nylon yarn with not nylon, acryl. 70% acryl and 30% wool, and yeah, that's very good for a cushion, because also it's a cushion which you just put on your couch and not lie so much on it. So it's good if it's acryl, because then it's good for my cat, because he likes wool. Also he especially likes mohair, and that's why I not knit woven in the ends for the birds of a feather shawl. It took really long time to weave in the ends for the comfort cardigan, because I had to wait until he was asleep. But the mohair of the birds of a feather, just at the moment it's no deal. You cannot weave in ends with mohair with my cat. But yeah, it's okay. He's a kitten. He's allowed to make crazy things. Yeah, and now I'm participating at the Musicality Mystery Knit Along from Carissa Browning, and this is my other work in progress. And yeah, if you are interested in not seeing the thing about the Mystery Knit Along, here will come a spoiler. I will first show the yarn, which is maybe interesting for all of you, and then I will say just look away, and then I was showing that what I have knitted. So I won't say nothing, as I won't say something about knitting because it's a mystery, but I will show it a little bit. So yeah, just that you know what you can expect. So at first is living in this wonderful bag. I just love it, from the Happy Little Sheep. And now the yarn. For those who don't want to see the yarn, here comes the yarn. I'm using woolen line yarn on her Wolke base, and the color is Solstice. So woolen line yarns, and it's superwash merino 80%, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. And then I'm using 2 colorways of Manduzana yarn in her duo base. There you have the darker grey is jazz and the lighter grey is metal, and that's her label. And it's 55% superwash blueface Leicester and 45% silk. And yeah, the lighter one is metal and the other one is jazz. So I'm going with the musicality just in the names of the yarn, because Carissa was suggesting more yarns which are more colorful. And now for those who don't want to see the first clue, also the piece, one piece of the first clue, look away now. Are you looking away? There you have it. Yeah. Now you can look back. This is my current work in progress, together with the cushion, and I'm definitely going to cast on new socks, a pair of socks for a friend of mine, and they, I'm not ready. I have not already decided the pattern yet, but it will definitely be a free pattern out of Ravelry. I guess I'm deciding today, so maybe I'm just blending in here the pattern name, because yeah, when I'm editing I sometimes make a little pause and then I'm searching patterns, and yeah, I guess you will find the pattern here inserted, which I decided to knit with the next pair of socks. Yeah, is there something more to say? I'm very glad that I'm knitting the Musicality Mystery Knit Along together with much friends. Foremost Sissy, which is going to knit the Mystery Knit Along, as she has told me about the Mystery Knit Along, and I'm so glad that I can join it. And she's also using adorable colors, and yeah, if you want to join the Mystery Knit Along, you sure can now join the Mystery Knit Along. You don't have to, you're not out if you have waited, if you don't have joined before the first clue came in. So you just have to get to Carissa Browning's Ravelry page, and then you purchase the pattern, and the clues will come with pattern, how is it called, actualizations. I'm sorry, I forgot the word. Yeah, so there you have, yeah, come and join. Much friends which are watching my podcast and former Sissy's podcast are joining, and yeah, you're welcome to join too. The more the better. And yeah, thanks Carissa for this wonderful Mystery Knit Along. I'm really looking forward to the next clue, because as you have seen it, I'm almost finished with the first clue because yeah, I just got obsessed yesterday. And yeah, Oscar let me knit a little bit of the first clue. Yeah. So I guess that was it for today, and I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the sun if you have it, if not, enjoy the shadow. And yeah, bye and happy knitting.
I'll be gone for now, but you can still hear the sound of my voice.
And now your